No?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, I'm not going to repeat what I just said. No, I'm kidding. So, website settings. Over on your left-hand side, scenic images. These are the background images that you can select for your website. And again, it's pretty simple. You click on an image, it highlights it in yellow. Click on preview. And I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the background. Okay, so that's the background image that I selected. If I look at it, you know what? I really don't like this background image. Let me go ahead and cancel this or close this tab out. Click on another image. Click preview. Okay, so the background image. You can go in and choose any of the background images that are inside there. Now, if you want to see the background images, I'm going to give you a shortcut real quick. If you hold the control key down and hit the plus or minus sign on your keyboard, that'll zoom in and zoom out on your page. Okay, so plus or minus will zoom in or zoom out on your page. Now, since we don't have the A&M logo on here for a background, the ones from College Station, they might want to use a color or a pattern. So over on your left-hand side, if you click on colors and patterns, and y'all's color is orange, right? Burnt orange? Okay, so you can go in, you can select a color and or a pattern. When you select the color and or patterns, and I'm going to zoom out just so y'all can see this. Okay, so you can choose a solid color or you can choose a color with a pattern that's inside here.
How do you zoom in and out again?
Hold the control key down and then hit your plus or minus on the keyboard. Oh, in your case, it's probably command. It's command. I'm sorry, you're on an Apple.
Oh, okay.
And that's a permanent change?
It's not a permanent change. So when you select the background colors or images, or a background color or patterns, or a background image, when you select it, is that permanent? Is it live? You're previewing it from the sandbox.
But wherever you set it, if that's how the size it's going to be.
What do you mean?
When you're zooming in and out.
No. The zoom in and out just allows you to see the page. That's all it's doing. You can do that on any websites. Okay, if you don't like the colors or whatever, you can go back, select an image, click on preview. If you like that change, go ahead and publish. So the image is pretty simple. Color's pretty simple. Okay, now backgrounds. Since December of 2012, we have been telling all the agents in our training classes, if you have a background image of a landscape or something like that that you would like to use on your website, if you email it to ecare, E-C-A-R-E, at remax.net, ecare at remax.net, they'll actually upload the image for you. Now when they upload the image, who has access to that image? Everybody. Since 2012, I've been telling everybody in this class, I've only had 2 agents submit images. The Riverwalk and then the horses. And that's it. Okay. Now, on the images, if you have an image that you're wanting to use, make sure you own it. Okay? You need to own that image. And by sending it to us and us uploading it, you're giving us permission to share that with everybody. Okay, we will not do personal photos because we don't want the agents to scroll through 4,000 photos inside here. Okay? Yes? If you can show... Oh, if they're royalty free, then yes, they will. Okay, the next one is called accent colors. Let me see what template I'm on. I forgot. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, click on accent colors. Now, don't make a change. Accent colors. What the accent colors are is actually making specific changes to specific fields on your website. Now, I'm going to select a really vibrant color here. We're going to preview. Okay? So on your website, the top bar that's going across your website, the little business card, the menu bar, and in my case, because I'm doing the quick search with a map, if I had the call-outs that were listed here too, they would show up. The featured property window and the bottom. This is what it looks like. Okay, so now do y'all see where the accent colors makes those changes? Okay, so your accent colors changes specific things on your home page and the menu bar and the header information. I'm going to say a word to the wise. When you start putting your website together and selecting images or colors, make sure you're choosing something that is going to be liked by the masses. The reason I bring that up is because I love very vibrant colors. Blues, greens, yellows, oranges, pinks, purples, as long as they're vibrant and very bright. If I put that on a website, how many people will stay on the website? Not that many. So you want to make sure that you're using colors that's easy on the eyes and that's appealing to what I call the masses. Okay, so just because I like bright colors doesn't mean everybody else does too. Okay, so just be cognizant of that and remember you're designing the website for the masses, not for yourself. So any questions over scenic image, colors, and patterns, or accent colors? Pretty simple? Okay, next one down below, click on Header Library. Now, under the Header Library, there's about 35 different headers that you can choose from for your website. On the Header Library, you can only select one image at a time. It is not like the quick search with photos where you can select multiple photos and they rotate out. So you can only select one photo at a time. Now looking at the photos, besides the size, because everybody says that, what do they have in common? She just said it. Everything is in the center. The reason that everything is in the center is because by default on your website, over on your left-hand side, the office name and Remax is displayed. On the right-hand side is your business card or profile card with your social media icons. If there was content flowing across that whole banner, it would actually be overlapped by the office name and the profile card or the business card. The reason I bring that up is because under custom headers, you can create your own custom header if you know how to. How many of y'all know how to watch YouTube? Everybody, right? How many of you know how to use PowerPoint? That's why you watch YouTube. Okay? On YouTube, and the reason I say PowerPoint is because pretty much everybody has PowerPoint. If you go to YouTube and you do a search, create banner, using PowerPoint, there's multiple slides that come up. Or videos, I'm sorry. So the videos will actually walk you through on to create a custom banner. Is every agent creating a custom banner? No, a lot of agents are using the default banners that are inside here. if you're going to use PowerPoint to create a banner, you actually need to change the size of the banner. Write these sizes down. The width, 9.84. So the slide width, 9.84. The slide height, 1.5. Those are in inches. PowerPoint does not convert to pixels. So 9.84 equals 944 pixels. 1.5 equals 144 pixels. So I just gave you an easy way to create a banner. Now, why would you create a banner? Let's talk about banners for a minute. Why would you create a banner? I'm sorry?
First thing they're going to see, right?
Well, besides the first thing they're going to see. Instead of it being a generic banner, well, instead of it, yeah, branding yourself locally. Be more specific in regards to your local market. Okay. What about special events that happen in your market? Why wouldn't you create a banner for that? A good example is the Katy Rice Harvest Festival. Would I create a banner that talks about the Katy Rice Harvest Festival? Why not? What about wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day with hearts going across the top of it? Sounds a little corny, but why not? You got all the different holidays. Yeah, you create your own library of banners that you can use throughout the year. Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 4th, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Is there a limit to how much space you can upload your own images?
No, you can upload however many you want to upload for your banners. Just a word of advice, if you're going to create a banner, do everything you can to not date it so you can use it the following year. A good example is Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, okay? You can do a banner that says, hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't put the date on it because the date always changes for Thanksgiving.
Do the search engines pick up on these changes?
No. The banner up at the top, all you're really doing it for is for people coming to your website. And what you'll find out is by changing the banner, it actually makes it look like you're keeping your website up to date when all you're doing is changing an image. Because when they hit the website, the first thing they see is the banner that's up at the top. Okay? Definitely special events. And if you're consistent with making changes, people will come back actually just to see what events are coming up. Don't put a banner up there of an event that closed down 3 months ago. That's pretty bad, right? Because if they see that, then what are you telling them? All your data on your website's old and outdated. Okay? So the reason I'm bringing this up on creating the banners is because you can go in and create a custom banner, but if you're not careful, the logo and everything over on the left-hand side will overlap or overlay your image. And you also have your business card and everything that will overlay the text or anything that you have going across your web page. However, those can be disabled or removed. Click on Info Display over on your left-hand side. If you are not, and let me repeat that again, if you are not going to create custom banners, ignore this. If you are going to create custom banners and you want to use the full width of the banner field itself, you want to turn off your photo, company logo, office name, contact information. You want to leave Display Quick Search Header displayed. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. So by turning off your photo, logo, contact information, and all of that, now you have the full width of the banner to use that you create. Okay, does everybody see that? Now I'm going to go to my website and I'm going to show you what Display Quick Search Header. Never turn that off. And the reason for that is because anytime somebody goes to a page inside your website, not the home page, but any page inside your website, underneath the menu bar is a quick search. If you turn off the quick search header, then this quick search underneath the menu bar disappears. Basically what you're doing is you're giving the consumer or the person on your website the option to run a search from any web page inside your website without them having to go back to the home page.
Where's that setting? Turn it on or off?
Okay, this is under Website Settings, Info Display.
Gotcha.
Okay. The next option down below is Language Translation Option. I turned mine on. So in this case, if somebody's on my website and they want to translate the website, they can click on Translate, and here's the different languages they can translate to. So I'm going to go to Japanese. Then why don't we translate? Now everything on my website will automatically translate to Japanese. No cools, no ahs?
Yeah, I said it was cool.
Jeez. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I feel better.
I didn't even know you knew Japanese.
I know the alphabet, not the alphabet, but the numbers. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roko, ichi, achi, kyu, ju. Ohayo gozaimasu, kumbawa, konnichiwa. So, no. I spent 18 months in Japan, so that's all I know. I know some other words, but I cannot record them live.
We wouldn't know what they were.
I'm not even, never mind. All right, back on here. Some agents were like, well, why would I put this on my website when, one, I can't speak the language, two, how am I going to converse with them? Well, it's not about building a relationship with somebody that speaks a different language. It's about generating a lead and then referring it out. Okay? So to give you an example, I had somebody that actually, not on my website, but on a regional website, they emailed us, and it was in German. I don't speak German. So I copied the email, or the content that he put in, went to Google Translate, copied, pasted inside there, then over on the right-hand side it converted it. Okay? So now that it converted it, I know what they're asking. We get emails from people that speak Spanish, that write it in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. So I use the Google Translate to actually translate what they're asking for. And by using the Google Translate, now I know what they're asking, I can ask them additional information and actually talk to them. So in this case, when that happens and you want to communicate back to them, select on English, and we'll go back to Japanese again. Okay, so basically as you're typing, it translates everything out. Come over, highlight it, copy it, put it in your email and send it to them. I always tell them I'm using Google Translate. The reason for that is because Google Translate does a generic translation. Okay, so it's not going to have the proper English or the proper etiquette inside the emails. Typically, you're sending back to them. The guy from Germany, I reply back in German and let him know I'm using Google Translate. He replies back, he goes, okay, I speak English. I'm like, are you kidding? You're on an English website, but you send everything, never mind. So, the Google Translate, is it going to generate a lot of business on your website? Probably not. No, but why take the chance of losing out on something just because somebody speaks a different language? So I have it turned on my website. I haven't gotten anything, or at least I don't think I have. Everybody's so far submitted everything in English. So it's just a good tool to keep on your website. Okay? So any questions about the language translation options? Okay, down below at the bottom, Y'all must be hungry because y'all are keeping quiet. Okay, social network icons. The social network icons, once you fill this information out and you submit it at the bottom, even if you change templates, this does not change. Okay, so this is one of the fields that if you change templates, this still carries over to the other templates. On Facebook, it's asking for your username. If you don't know what your username is, I'll tell you how to find it. When you log into Facebook, up on the top right side of Facebook, there's a little gear, a little circle that looks like a gear. Click on that, go to account settings. The next page that comes up is going to say username, and it's going to be in bold. That is your username. That's what you paste inside here, is your username. Okay, so in Facebook, the gear, top right hand side, account settings, username. If you have a business page, it's going to be your business page name. How many of y'all keep Facebook, your personal Facebook, and a business page? Anybody? Separate. Okay. Okay, so some people keep them separate. Some people, they don't care who sees their Facebook. I'm one of those. There's nothing out there for me to hide. I'm not ashamed of anything that I post. I don't play games on there. I don't play Farmville, Fishville. I don't do any of that stuff. Pretty much all I do is listen to everybody else whine and cry. So, but Facebook, anyway. Facebook, make sure you put your username inside there. Twitter, anybody using Twitter? Okay, for those that are not, don't have to worry about it. The ones that are using Twitter, then it's @ and then your Twitter ID. If you don't know what that means, ask the ones on the back row. They're using Twitter. LinkedIn. How many of y'all are using LinkedIn? Okay, let me rephrase that question. How many of you have actually completed updating your profile on LinkedIn? So to say you log into LinkedIn, it doesn't remind you to finish filling this out? Okay, good. On LinkedIn, on the menu bar, it says profile. It's right next to home. It says profile. When you mouse over profile, click on edit. When you click on edit, the page is going to refresh. Right below your photo is the full URL. You need that full URL to paste it inside here. Now underneath your photo, it just says www.linkedin.com/n/ whatever your ID is or for LinkedIn itself. Inside here, make sure you include the HTTP, the : // or it will not work. So you have to include that inside here. Now if you right click on that link and copy a shortcut, it'll actually copy the HTTP on there. My blog, I recommend you have a separate blog from your website. Whether you use Blogspot or any of these other third-party vendors that are out there, you need to have a separate blog. You need to post on that blog. One of the issues that agents have is they don't have anything to post. Okay? Now I'm going to give you an idea of articles. How many of you have a vendor list? Vendors, mortgage, insurance, home repair, remodeling, all that stuff. Contact your vendor list and ask them to provide you an article once a month and you'll give them credit for it. You get that article, you post it on your blog. But before you post it on your blog, write about a paragraph or so about that article, your opinion on what that article means. Post it on your blog. Every time you post, have a link going back to your website. Here's another one. You create a web page inside your website for a city. Write a blog about it and link back to that city page. You create a neighborhood page. Write about that neighborhood, link back to that neighborhood page. Okay, so you got to build content. Search engines love content. Google Plus. How many of y'all have Google Plus? Okay, how many of you are actually using Google Plus? I've got it. started using it, still haven't figured out why. Okay. Google Plus is Google's failed attempt to compete with Facebook, and I think they failed miserably. However, it's still very important in regards to websites and search engine optimization. You need to sign up for a Google Plus account. Now I'm going to give you the steps to find out what the URL is, okay? In Google Plus, when you're editing or when you're surfing and everything, over on your left-hand side, there's an icon that looks like a home. You click on that home, a little drop-down comes down, and it allows you to edit your Google Plus. When you go to edit your Google Plus, by default, it's going to say viewing as public. That viewing as is a drop down. Click on that drop down and you're going to select yourself. Viewing as yourself. Or viewing as public. You want to make sure that you select public. When you select public, the URL in the browser is going to change. And you have to copy that complete URL. It's going to look like a bunch of garbage. But you need to copy that complete URL. Don't choose yourself. You want to choose public. Sorry, I said that. Okay, so you want to make sure you choose public. Now, one way to know that you have the public URL is inside the URL, close to the end of it, or at the end, it's going to have /pub, as in public. If you don't have a Google Plus account, you need to sign up for it. The hardest part is getting people to join your circle. That's the hardest part. And it's not the easiest, but you need to do it. Once you do that, you need to make sure you add that inside here. Yes, ma'am.
You said that blogs use Blogspot.
Blogspot, WordPress, there's plenty of other websites that are out there. I recommend that you find one that's free. A blog.
Blogspot is, and that's what I always use, that they are frowning on any kind of using it for any kind of sales type connections. Why else would you blog? You know,
I don't know.
I've heard
I have an answer.
some people.
WordPress is free, open source. They don't want people to use it for commercial, but they can't control it. That's what it comes down to.
Blogspot, not WordPress. I heard WordPress is.
Well, it's a blog tool.
Okay. Okay, Blogspot is easy.
Yes, it is.
WordPress
It's not.
is for the advanced. However, once you learn WordPress, you won't go anywhere else. Okay? The last one is YouTube. How many of y'all have a YouTube channel? Okay? For the 4 or 5 that raised your hands, how many of y'all are actually uploading videos consistently? So, when you have listings, only when you have listings, right? So that's not consistent, because you never know when you're going to have a listing. I'm going to give you an idea.
I thought with YouTube it had to be a video.
YouTube is videos. There's an agent on the East Coast. Let me back up. When you open up your YouTube channel, how many followers did you have? Or do you have? 0, right? So when somebody opens up a YouTube channel, everybody starts out at 0. The goal is to increase the number of people that are following you. There's an agent up on the East Coast. She started about 1.5 years ago with 0. And in 1.5 years, she has over 40,000 people following her on her YouTube channel. She posts a video once a week. The video is anywhere between 1 minute to 3 minutes long. Where do you think she records her videos? Home? Where? Home, desk. On the go, mobile. Everywhere? Okay, this is where I've seen her actually record her messages. She's driving, putting on makeup, in a parking lot eating her lunch, driving to school, in her bathroom, getting dressed, putting makeup on, doing her hair. I'm not talking about stripping down, I'm talking about, doing your hair and stuff. Sitting in a restaurant. sitting at a bar. She does it anytime, anywhere, a minute to 2.5 to 3 minutes. And what she does, she has bullet points on what she talks about. Sometimes she never even looks at the camera or the phone. She's sitting there talking while she's driving. Sometimes it's about real estate. Other times it's about things that's going on inside the market. Maybe there's an event or something that's happening and she's involved in. Sometimes it's something that's going on with her and her family. Not personal stuff, but things that are happening. What she's doing is the most important thing. She's being consistent. She went from 0 people following her to over 40,000. So every time she posts a new video, 40,000 people get notified she just posted another video. Well, they know she does real estate because she always tags her videos who she is and what she does. But she's consistent. This is what everybody needs. This is what I think is funny. How many of you like taking pictures? No, I'm not talking about being behind the camera taking pictures. I'm talking about somebody come up and take a snap of you. And you're like, yeah! How many of y'all are like that? What about videos? How about we turn the camera around, we start videoing everybody that's inside here individually? Who gets nervous? You don't know why? You're more critical of yourself than the people are around you. You're more afraid of you critique yourself harder than anybody else. There's no difference in me talking to you directly right here or me taking the camera and pointing it at you. The only difference is you know you're going to see the camera. But you can't see what I'm seeing looking at you, right? It's a comfort zone of being yourself in front of a camera is the same thing as getting in front of somebody and talking. First time I did class, I was freaking nervous as all get out. Tongue-tied, sweating. I mean, I got confused, forgot things. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And just be yourself. Every time you do a video, you should put it on your website. What about these pages that you create about the cities? Create a short video about the city. I'm not talking about driving around hauling butt, through town. Hey, there's a stop sign. I was born in a small town. We had a yellow sign, a yellow light. We didn't have no stop signs or nothing. We can just haul butt through town. All right, we're done. 10-second video. Talk about the city, population, the schools. What's in that area itself, the most popular neighborhoods or whatever it is. 30-second video. It could be with you inside the video or it could be you holding the camera. It doesn't matter, but it's content. It's videos. And what we've found is when you do videos and you embed them on web pages, it helps get those pages ranked in the search engines. The only relations I can get between those two is Google owns YouTube. That's the only reason I can figure that works. Okay? So YouTube, definitely get a YouTube channel, sign up for it, start thinking about doing videos. A lot of people are afraid to. Don't be one of those that's afraid. Step out of your comfort zone.
So if you're using it right now for personal things and grandkids and whatever, should you open another channel that's just keeps your personal family stuff out, or don't worry about it?
Okay, inside YouTube, her question is, I use it for a bunch of personal stuff, correct? Okay, I do the exact same thing. I record my daughter's volleyball games, and then I upload them to YouTube, and I share them to family members that are not able to come see the games, okay? So, on those settings, on those videos, I actually limit who has access to those videos. Any video that you upload, you can control who has access to it and what they can do with the video. Okay, so you don't have to create another channel for that.
Becomes like private or something, private setting?
Yeah, like if you go to my channel, you won't even see the videos that I have uploaded because I have them all hidden. And you can actually display, you can choose advertisements, okay, and things like that on YouTube. So, yes ma'am.
So what kind of equipment do you recommend for videos?
What kind of equipment?
Just your iPhone or something?
Because from here I can upload all my videos to YouTube. And by using my phone, then everybody knows it's personal. It's not a canned response, it's original. And when the phone's shaking and the car's going or whatever it is, It's really simple. But keep them short. 30 seconds to 2 minutes, maybe tops 2 to 3 minutes. Any longer than that, unless you're really funny, you're going to lose the interest of the people. Or unless you're providing really good quality content, you're going to lose the consumer after about 30 to 45 seconds. I'm sorry?
That was my first video. You talking about high quality content.
Cool.
I didn't know he was really video.
I did, because he's like holding it up. Because I know he didn't point it at himself because he had it too close to his nose. Yeah. But use your phone. Okay? You can actually download the YouTube app, and you can sign in and upload videos from your phone. Okay? So, any questions over what we covered this morning? Who's all coming back this afternoon? I didn't scare anybody away, did I? Okay. This afternoon, we have a lot